I hear a story from Ken Cosby. Cricket game in the jungle. Sunday morning right after church. Big crowd assembled. Donkey say me fuss, I batting. You know I love me cricket. Crapper sit down behind the stumps. He say alright, I keep in wicket. Giraffe and kangaroo at fine leg. Snake down in the gully. Umpire parrot in the tree. He say alright fellas, are you ready? And the ones, the crowd start to sing very loud if you hear them. Hit the ball, donkey, hit the ball. Cover, drive him and make him ball. Hook the man like Ali Charan and put him straight in the stand. Elephant turn and pick up the ball. He say, I open the bowling. Monkey say, boy, the size of you. If you say you're bowling, you're bowling. Well, elephant walk about half mile, and then he started running. He coming down like an express train, the whole blasted jungle shaking. When he see elephant coming down, poor donkey start to shiver. Red ants hit him a couple bites. He say, man, bat and pads together. And then the ones in the crowd start to sing very loud if you hear them. Hit the ball, donkey, hit the ball. Cover, drive him and make him ball. Hook the man like Vivian Richard and put him straight out the yard. Elephant coming down like a horse. He jump up high and deliver. The ball come down like a thunderbolt and bust the bat into splinter. Liquid donkey, liquid crappo, liquid snake in the gully. Lick down giraffe and kangaroo and gone whistling down to the boundary. Well, red ants lie down flat on the ground. He say, Lord, that elephant crazy. He must be thinking he's Courtney Walsh or the man from Antigua Courtly. And the ones in the crowd start to sing very loud if you hear them. Hit the ball, donkey, hit the ball.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio.
And Lara and put him out the pasture.
A rainy Sunday afternoon. Should I say number one dancer in the world?
Every man Jack was hiding. Bravo lie down like if he dead.
The very knowledgeable Leon Susaran.
But Mr. Parrot, the umpire, he said, all you hold some straight.
And your humble guy, your host, Ken Rampersaud.
Donkey to bat again. The donkey turn round and watch Parrot. He say, Parrot, shut your mouth. You're behind safe up inside the tree. No more on the tail, I out.
We go in Guyana today.
To the crowd, and he said,
please share it with all your friends in Guyana.
You're talking about hit the man, but all your backside inside the stand. Send some other jackass to bat. This jackass finish with that.
Welcome back to the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio. This is your host, Ken Rampersaud. You know, today is a rainy day. The whole weekend is a total mess. But I'm so glad that our two guests today, our number one dancer, Mr. Dheeraj, as we all know him, he's dancing for many, many years, and he has won many competitions in New York and Guyana and elsewhere. One thing I always tell you, when I'm there present, I see all the women jumping, going crazy, like they will kill him, like probably he able with them. Anyway, and also I have... Also, Dheeraj was diagnosed with COVID-19 last year, right? Last year. And I'm so glad, Dheeraj. I want to say thank you very much for the first time I asked you to share your story here with me last week. You agreed to do it with me. And I want to say thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Also, I have Leon. Leon is no stranger to Facebook. And I'm so glad today that I learned he was a trained teacher back in Guyana. He is also a reporter here in New York. And one of the things that I admire about Leon, Leon is a very knowledgeable guy. He does a lot of reading. He does a lot of reporting. He knows a lot of facts, especially when it comes to Guyana. And one of the things that I admire about him, I don't get to watch his program all the time. I know he's probably on 5 days a week. But Leon knows his stuff, and he kept us informed, especially during our difficult time when the pandemic hit us. So Leon, people don't really realize that it takes a lot out of you to do all the things that you're doing and to keep our community so involved and up to date with all the information. Thank you very much, my brother.
Of course, anytime.
Yes, so I'm so glad I have both of you here. We're not going to play a lot of songs today because Dheeraj has 2 dances to do after the show, so we probably may go 1 hour. And, I'm glad they came, but in my mind I was like, oh God, let it don't come, because the allergy, they hear me coughing so much. Thank God my coughing is behaving himself. Before we start our discussion about COVID-19 in Guyana, let's start. Leon was yesterday in Richmond Hill covering the Liberty Avenue and Lefferts Avenue, Little Guyana. Also, I was there. So, Leon, what's your take on that? Give me your take on that, what you think about yesterday.
Well, Ken, you were there too, and apart from the rain, it was a very proud moment to see our country's name finally, and us earning a place really visibly now. We've made all these contributions. I'm new here. I'm a new immigrant, but there's many before me who came like you and Dheeraj and many others who have worked for that moment, and that moment was finally realized yesterday. And I thought it was a pretty nice ceremony, and the rain poured and poured and poured, but it gave a bit ease at the time of the unveiling, which was nice. Yeah, so.
Dheeraj, you want to add anything? No, but before I say that, I have to caution Dheeraj to go nicely. But Dheeraj, I want to tell you something too. When I was thinking about, building our community, and I meant this from my heart, I thought of you. But I want you to talk first about what's your experience, and you've been around a long time.
First, I want to say that it was indeed a very proud moment for us Guyanese to have our Little Guyana sign up there, which we have been trying to get for years. And finally it happened 1 month before election. So in my heart, it was well-deserved. But we have to also realize there's many people living in this Richmond Hill area. Not only Guyanese, we have Trinidadians, we have Surinamis, we have Jamaicans, we have people from all walks of life living in the Richmond Hill area. So, I mean, I'm proud to say I'm a Guyanese. I'm proud it's Little Guyana. But maybe we should have had a different name also to make it become a universal thing, because we are all living in the same neighborhood.
Well, the truth of the matter is that, we all know from a long time ago.
We have been trying to do that, yeah.
Little Guyana, and a lot of Guyanese been there for a long time and has really contributed towards that. And I'm certainly sure there's a lot of streets here in New York
that
and
could
Richmond
be,
area
that could be added, yeah.
And all they have to do is to advocate for it.
Yeah.
I'm an immigrant. I came here, backtrack, and I hear Richard say it, so I could say it too. I came here as an illegal alien about 30 years ago, and I can't say that I really I can say that I contributed to Richmond Hill area, South Ozone Park, in terms of drug treatment, alcohol abuse, and so on. But I got to tell you, I am very proud of this.
No, I am very proud that it is Little Guyana, because we have been trying to get that for years. But I just think timing was not appropriate. And I think it was more like the people who made the contributions towards our community, the older generation who came here from years ago, who made a contribution to this community, should have been there also, been given an invitation, because most of the older folks don't have Facebook or don't have social media. So how would they have known about this? I didn't know about this until my partner in crime, Lakshmi, on the DNA TV show told me about it. I didn't even know about it. So to me, it's a problem for us, but there's a lot of people who should have been thanked that was not there. And in my eyes, it's all a political, it's like a campaign, a political campaign.
I always like to be on the fence when we're talking. One of the other things that I know that Richard had a lot of things planned for yesterday, But the unfortunate thing is that the weather was very bad there yesterday. You know, the tent and so on flew away. It was bad, so he had to really cut short of the thing. And I have to tell you, there is so many people, and I will probably do a show sometime soon with Latchme and so on to talk about those people who have really contributed towards Richmond Hill.
People who have contributed, the older generation that was here, they should have been notified, or they should have been given invitations to be there also, and to recognize their contribution, because a lot of people who did contribute towards making Richmond Hill Little Guyana what it is was not even aware. My inbox is so full that they didn't even know this was happening, because they're older generation. They don't have Facebook. They don't have social media. So how would they have known? So to me, it's all a political campaign, because election is a month away. So to me, in my eyes, and that's my own personal views, that it's a political campaign.
Well, I want to say thanks to all those who have really worked.
But listen, it's a well-deserved on Little Guyana. I'm proud to call myself a Guyanese, and it's about time it's named Little Guyana.
And one thing I say is that, you know, Guyanese build the fabric in Richmond Hill.
Of course.
You know, if anywhere we turn, we see good food. You know, you're a good cook too. And also, Dheeraj, no matter what we do in life, we always want to be acknowledged. We all do, no matter what. So
and that's the part which I'm getting at, because the older generation who contributed so much to making Richmond Hill was not even aware this was happening yesterday.
I hope that we do something, and
I hope in future they recognize these individuals, and let them know they appreciate their contribution, because a lot of business people were out there. I can remember years ago when I first came to this country, there was a Shanti Sari Palace right there on Liberty Avenue, the first West Indian cloth store or sari store. She was there years before anybody else came, but she's not there anymore. But there's people out there who contributed, and they should have been at least notified or let people know, well, okay, these are the people who contribute to making Little Guyana, Little Guyana.
So since we are here, and we on the radio now, can you name me, and I could butt in too. Can all of us together collectively say a couple of places that we know that really contributed towards Richmond Hill?
I don't want to. I actually don't want. I don't want to single out anyone, because there's so much people, and if I forget anybody, then I'll be exact with calling names. But I just think there's so much people out there that made contribution towards making Liberty Avenue Little Guyana. But so I don't want to leave anyone's name out.
The thing is that we have, you know, if you want cane juice, you can find cane juice there.
No, I'm not saying it's not.
No, I'm just saying
Liberty, anything you want, you can find there from Guyana. Like, look, I was in Guyana recently, and someone was like, "Oh, aren't you going to take back X, Y, and Z?" I said, "No, because I can go on Liberty Avenue. Whatever I need from Guyana is right there on Liberty Avenue." Then my aunt said to me, "Why is people bringing back all these stuff from Guyana?" I said, "I don't know, but I can go on Liberty Avenue and find whatever I want from Guyana."
Yeah.
So
also we have we get fresh fish. We got jewelry. We like in Guyana, most of the vegetables we can get here. One of the things that I'm very proud of too is that we have a lot of politicians from Guyanese descent who's here, and I hope that in years to come that they will really fight for us, and like what they're doing. Like we have. And you will behave yourself. We have, you know, even Harold Miller. He is a young Guyanese guy that's here. We have Richard is doing his thing. You know, so many politicians. We have doctors. We have nurses. We have police officers, correction officers.
Listen, I think we have a lot. We have a lot of Guyanese who is all over the place.
Yeah.
Who is in some of the main in everything we do out there. There's Guyanese people out there, and it's also Trinidadians, it's Surinamese. Is like I said, Richmond Hill is like a melting pot of all the cultures in one. So I just wouldn't say Guyanese only. I would say
but we're going to keep the focus
yeah,
on
we're going to
Guyana.
keep the focus on Guyana because we're Guyanese, right? So I just want to say to all Guyanese who's contributed to making Little Guyana, Liberty Avenue, I just want to say thank you so much for all the years that you've put into it, of your businesses and your contributions and everything else. I want to say thank you so much, because you know why? Without you guys starting this, it would have never happened.
That's right.
So
and
you didn't bring back nothing from Guyana?
I didn't bring.
I brought back. To me, you don't taste the same.
Actually, I did bring stuff, but they took it.
Tastes sweeter there.
Yeah, but I brought some stuff from Guyana, but I got pulled over at the airport.
You did?
And every single thing that I brought was taken, which is fine, because I was being a glutton and bringing back so much stuff. So I know now not to bring back anything when I'm traveling. But you know, I haven't brought anything from Guyana for about 10 years since traveling. Myself and Mr. Buddy Singh, we came back from Guyana once, and we had house special fried rice, and we had all these things in our suitcases, and they pulled us over and they took everything away. And I think since then my name has been blacklisted. So I don't normally bring stuff, but because my aunt was giving me all this mango choco and this choco and that
You
choco.
always misbehaving.
So, so I brought it back and they pulled me over and everything got taken away. So it's okay because you know what I always say? It tastes better in Guyana. I don't know if it's the environment, if it's the sun or whatever, it tastes better in Guyana. So I was enjoying it. I eat whatever I want to eat in Guyana. I eat everything I wanted to eat. I spent one day in Big Market and I had a blast in Big Market. So I just want to say, hey, I love my Guyana. I'm proud to be a Guyanese.
Okay, so we're gonna shift. We could probably get a song, and when we come back, we can play one more song.
Of course we can.
We can play one more song, and when we come back, we're gonna shift gears. We will talk about, both of you guys just came back from Guyana, and I was looking through Guyana. The COVID-19, and it's really getting out of hand in Guyana. A lot of people dying and so on. So when we come back, we are gonna get some stats from Leon. He's going to share some information with us, and we will talk about the vaccine, why people should take it, and so on. Okay? Let's go, DJ. You are watching the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio in New York.
जन्म का साथ है निभाने को सौ सौ बार मैंने जन्म लिए जन्म का साथ है निभाने को सौ सौ
Welcome back to the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio. Let me know if that's good for you guys, the volume. Let me say hello to a few people. Also, we want to say Stacy Mahay says, Happy Indian Arrival Day in sweet Trinidad and Tobago. Thanks to them for opening doors for us. She says, giving a lot of love. Yes, I love Trinidad and Tobago. I love the doubles. Michael Nalini Naidu, it's good to see you. My good friend Radha Totaram, good to have you on. Priya Prasad is watching. Uttam Kumar Isardeen is watching. I saw a picture with you and him yesterday. You can say a word for him too in just a minute. Veronica Singh is watching all the way from Canada. Good evening, my dear. Who else we have? Suresh Sugrim is watching all the way from Florida. I did hear they mention his name yesterday and say thank you for his contribution towards Richmond Hill. So that's a good thing.
My mom's also watching.
To Indra's Kitchen. I always love your food, and I know that I always make some words about your food. So I told Leanne was telling me today I have to come eat some food. Yes, I have to do that. And thanks for the black cake. I'm going to eat some this afternoon.
Dheeraj will go to Indra Kitchen soon to when you go to my and you'll see.
Also, we have Rowena Lal. Good to have you on. Thank you for all that you're doing, Rowena. So let's go, Leon. Give me some statistics about COVID-19 in Guyana. What's going on in Guyana? Or you want to talk first about your experience in Guyana?
There were some people who were non-compliant, still not wearing their mask and so on.
I've seen that happen a lot when I was there.
Yeah, some taxi drivers too not wearing. But I had to protect myself. I had to keep wearing even though I'm fully vaccinated. But so you have the people who are complying and you have the percentage who are not complying.
Right.
Blatantly just walking about, carrying about their business, maskless. So
I have a question for you. COVID testing is free in New York, or I should say the US of A. The vaccine is free in the US of A. Why is it that it's being charged? The citizens of Guyana has to pay to have a COVID test. Have to pay. I think they have to pay for the vaccine also. I'm not sure.
No, the vaccine is free.
The vaccine is free, but they're paying for the COVID testing. Why is it they have to pay for a mask also? Because I know that they're being given contributions from all different parts of the world, like China, like India. They're giving them free vaccine, free mask, free whatever they do for COVID. So why is it the citizens of Guyana is paying for these things when it should be given to them for free?
The discussion I had with Regional Health Officer Dr. Vishali Sharma, she's in charge of Region 6. According to what she told me, testing is done at 3 sites, free testing. I guess you have to go in with symptoms, or if you feel you have symptoms, they will test you for free. Amsterdam, Port Morant, and Skelden. However, you have to still pay for tests for travel, and if you want to...
Because I paid for my testing for traveling,
so did I, yeah. And so on a larger scale, you still have to pay. But on the government testing sites are there. But I guess they may not want to test every time they can.
Yeah, because what I was told by some people who were poor in Guyana, some of the poorer people, they said they can afford to go have a COVID test, so they don't even know if they have it because they have to pay for it and they don't have the finances. And also, if they want a mask, they have to pay for the mask. They have to buy a mask.
That's really sad with the mask.
So I think that's really sad. And I wanted to ask you a question, Mr. Kenson. You're a registered nurse. You're an RN. What is the difference between a COVID? The PNR, we call it PCR, the PCR and the rapid. What is the difference of the two?
Well, with the rapid test, they say it's not 100%. With the PCR test, that when you do the blood work, that's 100% sure of what's going on, and that's why sometimes it's always recommended that you do the blood test. Which is sure, or the nose, or
which is the PCR.
The PCR is the gold standard one where that is more reliable.
Yeah, but what I want to know also, because when we were coming back from Guyana, we had to have a PCR done, and we went to, I don't want to call names because I don't want to get myself in trouble, but I'm in trouble anyways. Within half an hour, I got my results back. A PCR is not done in half an hour, is it?
I'm not sure how long.
Sure, it was a PCR.
Well, they said it's a COVID test to travel back to New York, and
I did the rapid one, and I got it back in 3 hours.
Well, I got mine in 30 minutes. So I don't know what is the difference and why you have to pay so much to have a COVID test in Guyana, and why is it you have to pay for a mask? Because I know they're being given these stuff for free from other countries. People are talking about the Chinese vaccine, the Indian the vaccine, which is all COVID vaccine. So why is it the poor people who can afford it? How can they get it? I mean, if you have to pay for it and they don't have the finances to pay for it, what's happening? That's why I think the COVID, the rate is so high in Guyana also, because people don't know if they have it because they can't afford to have a test done.
So Leon, as we were saying, let's talk about some statistics of people who's dying in Guyana from since COVID started, and I could probably bring in United States and India and so on.
Well,
of your stats.
Well, Guyana, they released, the Ministry of Health has released 88 new cases in the past 24 hours and 3 new deaths. 3 new deaths, bringing their total number of deaths now to 385. 385 new deaths. That's for
But it's
Guyana.
also, what I don't understand is most of the people that I see in Guyana walking around, they don't even want to wear a mask. So the government may be giving free stuff and they may be giving free testing or whatever, but I don't even think they care.
Well,
Some people don't care about that, you know what I mean?
So
So that's the latest dashboard from the Ministry of Health.
Okay,
on
and
the deaths and the new cases.
I have some for the week that I was going through with stats, and the trend. And in May of the 22nd, we had 111 cases with 6 deaths. In the 23rd, we had 160 new cases with 4 deaths. 105 cases with 2 deaths on May the 25th. On the 26th, we had 321 new cases with 13 deaths. On May the 27th, we have 98 new cases with 2 deaths. May the 28th, we had 70 new cases with 4 deaths. And we had in May the 29th, 98 new cases with 2 deaths. Also, I want to tell you, as I was reading through things today, when I was looking at the trend of COVID-19 in Guyana, it keep going up. And I'm so sorry I couldn't get the graph to show you how this was going on, right? What's your take? What do you think people should really do?
Well, to me, like one person is saying, BB is saying that they give it free mask and there's free testing. So people are walking around, but I was there for a few days and people are walking around without masks. And like I said, some people don't care. They think they're untouchable. And people are hanging out and they're drinking. They do have a curfew, but I still people are still doing the same thing, right? So I just think they should make it compulsory. People should wear a mask no matter what. And like how they were coming at one time, they were giving you tickets over here for not wearing a mask in public. So I think they should make it that people should be given a ticket if they don't want to listen, because but then I don't know if they give tickets in Guyana.
The rule is there, and
people are not abiding by it. People are not abiding.
And you can't hold people's hand
and exactly, it's like baby feeding them.
Some
Yeah.
people are so irresponsible. Just like here too, you get
exactly.
those who are
It
not
happens
complying.
everywhere you go, but I just think they should take it more seriously in Guyana because Guyana is a very small country, and the only reason why the stats look so high because Guyana is a very small country with small population. That's why the stats are so high. But in actuality, it's not so high. If you think about it, it's not so high.
So in Guyana, we had 382 deaths so far. In the United States, we had 594,000 deaths.
Look at that.
Well, now it's 385. Today's stats is 385.
Oh, 385.
So 3 new deaths added to that.
Right. Also in India, we had 326,000 people, plus they're saying 3,460 deaths. So that's about 35,000 people die. Brazil, 61,000 people died.
Wow.
France, 109,000. So this is a lot of people dying. I wanted to ask Dheeraj, when you got sick, what went through your mind?
Well, to be honest, when I was diagnosed with COVID-19, at the same time I was fasting for my mom's 10-day work, the 10 and 13 day, because she had just passed. But my mom didn't pass from COVID. So I wasn't sure if it's because I was so weak because I wasn't eating salt. I was trying to fast. Hindus, we fast without no salt, no chunky, no bunjal, no meat, whatever. So I was trying to do the right thing for my mom last rites. So I wasn't sure if I got weak from COVID or if I got weak from fasting. So, but when I realized that I was getting fever and diarrhea or whatever, I said, what, let me go see what's happening. So when I said I was COVID, I had the symptoms and I have COVID, but I didn't lose my taste, which is good because I love to eat. All those who know me know I love to eat. The only thing I had from that was high fever and diarrhea, right? And I started to lose weight. So that was my way of knowing that I actually had COVID. But in my head, I don't even think I have COVID because I had gotten weak from fasting. So I don't know what it was, if I had COVID or if I was diagnosed with COVID, but I was told I have COVID. But I didn't have most of the symptoms most people have. I didn't lose my sense of taste. I could have breathed properly. But then my way too, I would wake up every morning. I love to jog, like I told in the previous interview.
Right.
I would still go jogging. I would still exercise. So that was, and I would still put the steam on the stove, the hot water. I would put my ginger, my cumin, whatever else, and I would still inhale and do my breathing exercise. I think all of that helped me get well really faster. So I don't know if I had it or if I didn't, but I was told I had it.
Yes. You know, one of the things, and I was reading a comment in the post, you know, I had the COVID and I was very sick for a couple of months. I was sick for nearly 2 months. So I had it really bad. So, you know, not every time you see someone cough, that means they have COVID. All three of us here on the panel, we had our COVID vaccine.
Fully vaccinated.
Fully vaccinated. And then we have to do tests now and again, you know. So, but why I really wanted to do this show, and I really wanted to cancel today, but because, you know, you a busy guy, Leon is a busy guy, and I really want for us to carry through it for at least 1 hour today, because we learned that in Guyana there is so much COVID going on there, and people are reckless in terms of their behavior. So, Leon, do you think that the people will listen really of the advice that we are giving them, or the government is giving them?
Well, I do know a lot of our people are trying, and in
There's always those who would not listen no matter where you go. Even in New York here, there's always those who think they're untouchable. And the same thing with Guyana is those who think they're untouchable. And they have to realize it's a very serious situation. They have to take heed and do the right thing.
What I know and what I saw on the ground too, our health authorities there, they're working very hard, Ken.
Yes.
They are really ramping up the vaccination. If we could segue into the vaccination points, 42% now of the Guyana population has at least one dose of the vaccine.
Right.
42%. And about 14% of the adult population fully vaccinated in Guyana.
Only 14.
14%. And that's still better than many Caribbean countries, including Trinidad, including Suriname. Suriname is really struggling for vaccines right now. They're waiting on vaccines from Holland. They're running out of oxygen. They're getting oxygen from French Guyana, I was told. And they're really, they are going on a full lockdown there until June 18. So Guyana is really step ahead, even though they are a little non-compliance from wearing masks and so on. But if some information that was provided, Region 6 is now tipping 50% vaccination.
Oh, that's nice.
Region 6 residents, at least one dose. 50%.
But listen, if you are Guyanese and you're living in Guyana right now and listen to us, go get yourself vaccinated. And please wear a mask when you're outdoors or wherever you are. Even indoors around people, please wear a mask. Because where I was staying in the hotel, they made it compulsory to wear a mask at all times. So I just want to advise you guys, it's from me to you guys. Go, if you go anywhere, wear your mask. If you can get vaccine, go get vaccinated, because it's going to help. It's going to help you in the long run, because people are getting sick. Some people are getting sick. One of my friends got sick a couple of days ago from the COVID vaccine. I was fully vaccinated. I just got a slight fever the first time I had it. I had a slight fever for like maybe half an hour, and I was told to drink 2 Tylenol. I popped 2 Tylenol, and I was fine. The second dose, I had another slight fever, and once I drink 2 Tylenol, I had 2 Tylenol, I was fine again. So everybody react differently to the vaccine. But if you can get it, please go get it. And if you are going anywhere, even indoors, please try to wear your mask. It's to help prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Yeah.
And so they're giving 3 vaccines in Guyana: the Sinopharm, the AstraZeneca, and the Russian, the Sputnik 5. If I may, if you
go ahead.
Me, they started out with 5 sites initially in Region 6. I spoke to Region 6 officials, so my information is more concentrated on Region 6.
Yes.
And I know we have a lot of Barbicians.
And where is Region 6?
East Berbice.
East Berbice. Okay. I don't know the region so well in Guyana, so. When you say Region 6, say Berbice. I can know.
Yeah, East Berbice. So they now have 22 active sites in East Berbice. And all of this is from Dr. Sharma. I want to say hi to Dr. Vishali Sharma, so hard-working public servant in Berbice, and all the health.
Hats off to all the healthcare officials in Guyana, because you know what, it takes a lot to go there. Even to you, Mr. Ken Singh, Mr. Kenneth. I guess I can say, Mr. Ken Rampersaud, because it takes a lot for them to go out every day and do what they're doing. And they're exposed every day to this virus. So, guys, your way of helping these heroes is by covering up your face, put your mask on, and go get yourself vaccinated because it helps in the long run. These guys are out there 24/7 giving their best to help you get better. And the only way you can give back to them is wear your mask and get vaccinated.
And thank you for that. Especially if they have older family members, they should be wearing their masks and they should get the vaccine.
Exactly, yeah.
And if we could talk about some of the signs and symptoms of COVID-19, we want to talk about fever, chills, a coughing that, and let's talk about the coughing a little bit. Even to some people who had the COVID-19 would get a little cough that's linger on, and I think with all of that, still have no
I have never had the cough. I have never had the cough. Like I said, I didn't have most of the symptoms most people had. All I had was diarrhea and fever. I had my taste. I had no cough. I was doing everything I did every day, but I made sure because at that time the country was in a lockdown.
Right.
So I would go to the park, I would exercise, and I would do my breathing, inhale the steam and everything else. So I wasn't affected so badly. But like I said, everyone respond differently to the virus.
Right. Also, you could have shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, fatigue, muscle or body ache, headache, loss of taste or smell. I had a little bit loss of taste. Also, you will have a sore throat, congestion or a running nose, nausea or vomiting, diarrhea. To be honest with you, I have about just 2 bouts of diarrhea, and I was throwing up a lot though during the first day when I realized that I had COVID-19. Also, we want to tell people, when do you think is the time to go seek medical help, to call 911? If you go.
Well, I just think that as soon as you start feel a fever, have your temperature checked first of all. And if the next day you still have a fever, you have a cough, you have a cold, and you have diarrhea, go see a doctor right away. Get yourself tested, because I thought I was fasting and I was getting weak from the fasting, but in actuality, I had COVID. So everyone has different symptoms, but as soon as you think you have it, please go and get yourself. Like we said in America here, it's free. Go get yourself tested.
One of the good thing is that, I have to tell you guys that one of the time that you really need to go get care is that if you are experiencing any shortness of breath, anytime you cannot breathe, you need to call 911. Don't sit down home and think that you're going to get this over with. Also, if you have pain in the chest area, you want to go and call 911. Any confusion, someone is confusing, you want to do that. You cannot sleep, you are looking pale in your eyes.
Well, to be honest, when I started getting the symptoms, I called him. I called Ken. I said, I'm having fever. I'm having diarrhea. He said, listen, go get yourself tested. You were actually my doctor at that time because I didn't even contact my own personal doctor. I called you. He was my person. I get panicky very easily.
I had to calm him.
He had to calm me down. I panic very easily. But I thought because I was fasting for my mom's 10 day and 13 day, that's why I was being. He said, no, go get yourself tested.
Yeah, and that's the important thing. So, guys, if you are experiencing any short of breath, anything that you think your life is going, like when I had it, I remember one night, my wife is laying on the bed crying, and I stand there coughing my soul out, and I'm thinking in my head while I'm coughing, when am I going to tell her you need to call 911 now? But thank God she didn't have to do that. So, always, and for those of you who don't know, I am a nurse too. So that really helped me in terms of what do I do with myself. And
because you're knowledgeable about COVID, so you know exactly what to do. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
But another thing to the people in Guyana who's watching, Kabibi is saying how the government is offering free vaccines in Guyana. Go get it. If you are from Guyana, you're living in Guyana right now, you're watching and listening to us, go get yourself vaccinated. Please wear your mask and please take heed. The government is offering you free stuff. Go get it. It's just not, it may not help, it may help your family member, it may help your neighbor, your friends. I'm telling you guys, take it very serious.
Unfortunately, all the health centers now, you can go get a vaccine in Guyana. 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock in East Berbice, you have Oriala Siparuta, you have countless health centers. If I may mention their names, you have Crabble Creek Health Center, Skeleton Health Center, 64, 53 Health Center, 47, Port Morant, Williamsburg, Angois Avenue, Edinburgh, Brothers, Bushlot, Mybe Curie, number 76, Bohemia, Sanford, Firish. Go and get tested. the Region 6, the East Berbice health people, they are hoping to achieve 50% vaccination there soon in East Berbice. They also have outreaches. And Dr. Sharma said about over 100 vaccination outreaches have been held since we last spoke. Over 100, that's so significant. All right, and the method they're using in East Berbice there is to swab, detect, isolate, contact trace, and quarantine. Swab, detect, isolate, contact trace, and quarantine. And they have the bus going around.
Oh yeah.
The bus is going
So
around
why-
looking for people and contact tracing who may have come in contact.
There are buses, like he said, there's buses going around. Make use of it. Get it. Now I'm telling you, get it, because it's only going to help the general public and help everyone in Guyana.
And not the bus, that kind of bus. Only this bus here is going around to say, okay, like Ken get COVID, and Ken, you are working with Ken. The bus is coming to look for you.
Well, that's right. They should.
Right? And
Yeah.
people need to cooperate. People don't need to, see this as a bad thing, because you need to present yourself to get tested in case you may have been compromised. And Ken, I came in contact with Ken. You came in contact with Ken. We need to
Get yourself tested also.
Right, and so that's.
But
the
listen,
contact
also,
tracing.
I know, and I mean, you can testify to this also. Not because you have the vaccine means you can't get it again. You
Absolutely
can still get
correct.
it again. So
You're
be
correct.
careful. So be careful.
Also, guys, if you have any relative with lung disease, when we talk about high risk, we're talking about people with lung disease, chronic COPD, lung cancer, cystic fibrosis, pulmonary fibrosis, moderate to severe asthma, things like bronchitis, and so on. Also, pulmonary hypertension, heart failure, coronary heart disease. Also, we have people with organ transplant, people with cancer treatment, bone marrow, people with HIV, AIDS. All these people they are high risk, and one has to be very careful. If you have them, you don't go around these people.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
if you have to go around them, you need to wear your mask.
Your mask.
Especially also if you have liver problem or liver any transplant. And one of the things is that when you're having cancer and you're getting radiation, chemotherapy, what it does, it damages your blood cells, your good blood cells. So then your anything that passes around, you can get it too.
Easily.
So
Easily, yeah.
we
Easily.
are really saying that you guys need to really be very careful. Wear your mask. We can't tell you how much enough to wear your mask in Guyana and get your vaccine, right, Leon?
Correct. Definitely.
And if you are listening and you are living anywhere in the US or anywhere in the world you are listening right now, it doesn't go for Guyanese only, it goes for every single person around the world. Please wear your mask. Please be aware of your surroundings and social distancing. Not because we're lifting certain restrictions are being lifted means you don't have to adhere. I am still wearing my mask everywhere I go, but if I perform, I take my mask off. As soon as I finish performing, my mask goes back on. So, like I was in Guyana recently. Oh, to everyone in Guyana, I was there a couple of weeks ago to record Randy Reckless, virtual Randy Reckless show that was aired last night in Guyana. The response has been overwhelming. Myself, Terry, Randy, and a whole lot of people was there. We recorded a show that was aired in Guyana last night on TV, and it's going to be a virtual show pretty soon on Facebook wall and everything else. So keep listening and keep watching, because pretty soon Randy's going to release those videos on Facebook. And that was really a successful thing. But once I was there, and I went with my mask everywhere I went. And once, before I went and set, took my mask off. But once I finished dancing and performing, my mask went right back on. Because you never know. Although we didn't have an audience, it was just, there was no audience. It was the photographer, the videographer, the music guy, the lighting guy, the technicians. That was the only people there. And the artists were scheduled to come at certain times, so there's no interaction with the other artists, which I really appreciated. Went there, did my thing, left. So it was aired last night in Guyana. I heard it was a grand success. So I want to thank Randy once again for doing that and taking me to Guyana, because I haven't been there in about 2 years. Just before COVID, I was there for a wedding, and then I didn't go back. So I want to say thanks to Randy for doing that.
Also, I want to say that if you diagnose with this, make sure you eat a balanced diet. Make sure you eat a lot of vegetables. You want to eat a lot of fish and so on. Medication, make sure that if you're an older person, make sure you have medication that will last you for a whole month. One of the problems that I had is that when I get COVID, I was staying in the bed.
No, you have to get up and walk. You have to exercise.
And that causes a lot of problem for me. That's why this way it is now because I get, like I said, pneumonia, and it went in all over my lungs. And when I realized that, then I start to really work on this. Or else I would be a dead man today. Also, please make sure you drink a lot of water. If you got coconut water, make sure you drink that. It
I
has
had a lot of those.
nutrients.
I had a lot of
Yeah,
those.
no,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about over here. Once I found I was COVID-19 positive, my two daughters make sure every day they dropped off coconut water and certain things for me to eat because I want to take care of myself. And I wasn't around anyone. I stayed away for as long as I can. And once I was better, and I did like 3 tests to make sure I was negative.
Yeah.
And then once I was told I was negative, I stayed away still because I want to make sure nobody around me got it. So
one of the other thing is that if you notice that you're very congested, what you can do is to get your family member, someone to hit your back a little bit. And you talk about the therapy that you were using with.
I put a pot of water on the stove. I put my ginger, my garlic, my whatever else all the time, the orange peel and everything else. People say to put in that pot, and I boil it. I put a towel over the pot, and let the steam stay in there, and I would open my nose. I would inhale and breathe in as long as I can, and I kept doing it over and over, and that opened up my lungs. So I kept doing that a lot. For a while, I kept drinking the liquid too, the ginger and the garlic and everything else. And after a while, my stomach got so sore from all that. So I said, no, what? Let me don't drink it anymore. Let me just start steaming myself out. And I think I did it like 4 or 5 times a day.
Wow.
So I think that helped me also.
And the good thing is that you were still dancing.
I was dancing in the house. I would play music. I would dance, and I would be like, you know what? This is my way of exercising. So I would dance in the house, and I kept sweating. And I kept dancing, and I kept doing my breathing exercise. I think that helped me a lot.
Yeah, that's a good.
And
thing.
I kept eating. I kept eating because I didn't lose my taste or my appetite.
Right. So Leon, as we all said, and we only have about 10 minutes more to go. So we're gonna encourage our people to wear your mask all the time.
Go and get vaccinated, wear the mask.
And get yourself tested to make sure you don't have it.
And don't stop believing all those myths. Guyanese, our people so little superstitious. We've grown up on vaccines. That's been part of our culture since small. You've been vaccinated.
I have been.
as a
Oh my
baby.
goodness! You have the
Ken,
things in your hand
get
here.
the card from school days. Remember those days when
Yep.
the nurses used to come and do it. And so why are we so apprehensive now about a simple vaccine?
Go
The
get yourself
vaccines are
vaccinated.
safe. The trials have been done on them. Yes, you're gonna get a little fever or something maybe, depending on your body and so on. But all of that, it's worth it. It's worth it than to be unvaccinated and be prone to infection.
And then
to
some
be
of them
infected.
may have it, they don't even know if they have it or because they haven't been tested. So go get yourself tested, get vaccinated, and also wear your mask. And before we go, I just want to say to all Guyanese, yesterday was Guyana Independence celebration.
Okay.
Is yesterday?
26.
The 26th, yeah. It was in Guyana Independence
Early in the week, huh?
celebration. So I want to say congratulations and hey, happy Independence Day. Today's Trinidadians, Trinidad in an arrival day. So the entire month of May has been happening for the entire Caribbean countries, Indo-Caribbean countries, where they had people migrated from India towards all these different places. So hey, to anyone who's celebrating in arrival day, congratulations. And listen, wear your mask, social distance, get yourself vaccinated, and let's make this thing go away.
Yes. So let's get some song. When we come back.
Girl back one track, you know, sit down lyrically, I turn the coffee boom shop, the place once more again. Original Benji, darling. Fire! Moha Production. International combination article, that is a visa. Article done.
Lekumina raja, lekumi lemiko. Mina wa mi husband and family tuna.
Article.
Lekumina raja, lekumi lemiko. Mina wa mi husband and family tuna.
This is what she try to say, what she tell me. Loving that she give me, nobody not gonna know. Keep it on the hush, keep it on the low. Ragamuffin at the Cali star of the show. Anywhere me go, I say the girl them follow. The way that me touch her, I me love her up slow. No man can do it like you, I go do. I miss her, tell her, miss her, tap off it, tell her me go. Day and night when me come in at the place. Woman, you know me, I go woke up your waist. Put it on your structure and put it in your place. And send you out to your mother smiling in your face.
You fall for
Roxanne, a very good evening to you.
Night, me say what
Sharda Budu, good evening.
you get the loving that you want. That boy for tell you can you come around, John. Baby,
Rowena Lal, very good evening to you.
that boy for tell you can you come around, John.
Stacy Mahes, a very good evening. Happy Independence Day.
Rose,
Joy Rambaran,
my love and violets are blue. Roses are red, my love and violets are blue.
No, I didn't loving well good. No, I didn't loving well good.
Angela Ramsaran, I have your husband next to me. That's the Dheeraj. I hope you don't kill him
Sweet my love and not sweet.
with that black cat you have.
Let me
You know what I mean?
let me go. Me now want me husband and family too.
No,
Raja, 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 let me go. Me now want me husband and
Angela don't listen to my show a lot, but you were here, so she's still following you.
call me Mr. Lover Man, call me Shabba, call me Sunny Man, call me Sun Lover.
My beautiful Geeta is watching.
Call me anything you want, call me a man. This is what me tell you, come and give you wedding band.
Hey, Bibi Ahmad, a very good evening to you, my dear.
Take you back soon to a foreign land. I got nothing to lose, it's you I choose, and you know that my love is true.
Dheeraj never loses his appetite, no matter what's going on.
Anything that you want to do,
He needs the fluid to dance.
no need to wait, got a mansion a yard for you. Anything that you want, baby girl, you know I can do.
Welcome back to the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio. So, today, I was so much things going on with me right now. My allergies acting up every year during this time. As you guys know, it's allergy season here in New York. Excuse me. And my allergies always act up. Every year, I have to go to the doctor because of the allergy season here in New York. Sometimes I get wheezing. I really suffer. But I didn't want to cancel today's show because all the things that I'm hearing that's going on in Guyana, I thought because Leon just came back and Dheeraj just came back, we want to share this information. I only hope that you guys take some advice. So, and forgive me for my coughing. I'm going to try get this under control. So let's start again. Leon, or you want to go
I want to
first?
just say, when I went to the airport in Guyana, going into Guyana, I just want to say hats off to all the officials who was actually monitoring us coming off the planes. They did a really thorough job at making sure you're vaccinated, making sure you have your COVID results and testing your temperature and everything. They're so strict at the airport going in. I was actually shocked. I want to say hats off to you guys. Fantastic job. And when I went to get my COVID test to return back to New York, that was my little concern there, because if it's a PCR or a rapid test, I'm not sure what it was, but I got my results back in half an hour.
But they allow you to board with it, right?
They allow me to board with it, which is kind of fine. I just want to get back home. But I just want to say to everyone living in Guyana, because I was there for a few days, and what I saw, you guys need to wear your mask. And like Bibi is saying, it's mandatory you wear your mask, and they do have sites where they're offering free tests and free vaccine and free mask. Don't complain you're not getting, because most of the people are complaining to me that I made, they have to pay for it. That's what I'm saying. So if it's free, go get it. Go get yourself tested. Go get yourself vaccinated. And let's put this thing under control, because right now in New York, we are lifting certain restrictions.
Absolutely.
And that's because it's working for us. If it's working for us, why not work for you guys also? So go get yourself looked after and get it, because it's free. Like Bibi saying, it's free. So go get. So go, please take heed and wear your mask, social distancing. I don't think you're untouchable, because a lot of young guys in Guyana think they're untouchable. No, you're not. Trust me, you're not.
Go ahead, Leon.
Yeah, so, we're finally seeing that light at this end of this tunnel now after a
Here in New
strenuous
York.
year.
Yeah.
Yes, over 65% of New Yorkers now receive at least one dose. Over half the population in New York fully vaccinated. America, over 41% of the country now receiving fully vaccinated, and over 50% now receiving at least one dose. So we're heading somewhere. Guyana is also heading somewhere too. As Dheeraj said, you gotta continue wearing your mask. No excuse if you can't access a mask. Buy some mask.
Exactly.
$300, I think. The surgical mask. I went there, I shared out some masks too, little that I had. Some people tell you plain they don't want, though they didn't want.
Like I'm saying, some think they're untouchable. You're not
Yeah,
untouchable.
you had the non-compliant persons. But let's just bear up a little bit more until this thing fully over and how we got
But
to
listen,
do that, we
this
gotta
is-
get vaccinated.
This is a joke,
That's the
right?
key.
Some of them should be happy they have to wear a mask because
You bad. but we did have a conversation home at work today.
yeah,
The-
some people are happy that they have to wear a mask because, you know what I mean?
So, so I want to tell you guys in Guyana to please wear your mask. Don't go about. You want to check this thing. Don't think that you cannot get it. I got it. You got it.
I had it.
Um,
Did you ever had it?
I think I had it too, but I
You
was
did?
asymptomatic.
Oh,
My mom
okay.
and I.
Okay.
I think because we didn't smell and taste for like nearly a week.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Really?
So I think we had it.
If
back
I had
in
lost
June
my taste, I don't know what would have
sometime, last
happened.
year, June. So I do think we had it at some point, but we were asymptomatic. We didn't have the chills and the fever and the
Right,
breathing
right,
and so
right.
on, but we didn't. How odd! What coincidence! And
Yeah.
I lost taste. She lost taste and smell as well. So I think
Right,
at some
right.
point I had it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, please wear your mask. I am suffering because of COVID-19. Things have get worse. I am not the same person. That's why I'm here today, despite what, to tell you guys, please wear your mask. Take the vaccine. That's your best defense to take the vaccine.
Exactly. Get your vaccine. Everybody have a different reaction from the vaccine, but if you can, go and get it because it totally helps. Like all the ads are saying, you're helping your family, you're helping your loved ones, you're helping your neighbors, you're helping the people around you. Why not get it? We all had it. You know what I mean? Go get it because it's gonna help. In the long run, it's for your own good because you might don't want to get it. The next thing you know, your loved ones are infected because of you. So don't let it happen.
Also, I don't seem to understand why people don't really want to get a vaccine when they're drinking and smoking
All these
and doing so much
complications.
other things with themselves. You know what I'm saying? When they know that this vaccine, we know that it killed thousands of people. You know, I see the rest
No,
laughing.
because Angela is saying they save a lot of money on makeup because they don't have to wear makeup when they wear the mask. So
Yeah.
you see, that's another pro for you guys. You don't have to wear makeup, so you're saving money on makeup. And some of you wear tons of makeup, so you're saving money on all those makeup you're not gonna have to wear once you wear that mask.
So, guys, please wear your mask again, like I said, as we were saying. If you reluctantly don't want to take the vaccine, you got to wear your mask. If, like you guys were saying, if you can't afford to buy your mask, you can take something and cover your face. You can take a T-shirt, you can cut it and put it over
Make
your
it a face
face.
covering, yeah.
Take one of your Bacta, your old Bacta,
I
clean
know he was
Bacta,
gonna
and
go
just
there.
put it in your face.
The
Hey,
guys are innovative. You
exactly.
can
Create
make anything.
something. Create something. But once it's a mask, you know. When I was over there too, my aunt, I told her, I said, I'm going to wear my mask no matter what, no matter where I go, who I'm meeting. I'm wearing my mask because I'm not sure who has to, who doesn't. And I try not to hug anyone or shake hands. I mean, it seemed kind of rude, but I'm not shaking no hands or hugging anyone because it's COVID season. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, guys. So we're about that time now, and I want to say thank you very much for watching this show. Probably sometime later, if it goes up back in Guyana and I'm stop coughing, I'll bring these two guys back so we can have a good conversation more about COVID-19. And I'm so glad that you guys tune in. Please share it to your friends in Guyana. And again, I'm sorry that I was coughing so much. Then yesterday I went all day in the cold.
I was kind of raining too
and it was
yesterday, so
raining. I don't
Terrible
do well
weather,
in
yeah.
that. So your final thoughts, Leon?
Oh well, I'll say what we've all been saying during this program. Keep vaccinated and keep safe. And for us here who are already vaccinated, do continue to get tested. Testing vans are almost on every block, every day, every. There are so many sites. It's free, as Dheeraj said, as Ken said. We have the luxury of having free testing here in New York City, regardless. Quick time you can walk and get a PCR or a rapid test done. Monitor yourself. Monitor yourself still. Keep monitoring yourself for our Guyanese people. What we've been saying here, the panel all along, get vaccinated, get your first dose, get your second dose, and take the precautions. And play by the rules uphold the gazetted orders in Guyana and bear your chair for a couple of weeks or months
That's
more.
right.
And let we ride this thing out, right?
Because, guys, I've been there and I've seen what's going on. And some of the young ones that don't want to wear their masks, they're hanging out, they're drinking and whatever. It's fine to have a good fun, but you know what it is? You have to be careful also because you're not only endangering yourself, you're endangering your loved ones and people around you. So for the sake of others, just do the right thing. Wear a mask, social distance, and get yourself vaccinated, all right? And I just want to say congratulations once again to all the Guyanese and Richmond Hill for the naming of Liberty Avenue as Little Guyana. I know my feelings about that also. So congratulations once again. I'm a proud Guyanese, and this has been long overdue. And I don't want to get into that again, but congratulations once again. And to all the people who contributed over the years, the older generation that was here from years ago, who contributed in helping making this happen. I just want to say congratulations, you guys. It's well deserved. It's for all the hard work you guys put over the years. And once again, congratulations to all Guyanese about Little Guyana.
And I'm going to be very brief. It's best to take the vaccine than you die. Okay, guys, so again, please go and take the vaccine. Until next week, if I am well, I'll be on. If I'm still coughing, I will not be on. I want to say thanks to both of you guys for coming. I know the rain is falling and the weather is no good. Thanks for coming and share your thoughts with myself and our viewers.
You're
okay?
welcome.
Pleasure.